welcome to another weekend episode in Talk with Sanjana. Well, India has some amazing music talent, some great music composers, and talented singers as well. With this, I'm so happy and excited to introduce all of you to my next guest. From being one of the participants in the reality shows and then becoming a lead singer and then having some amazing hits like Slow Motion Mein, Mera Wala Dance, Gandhi Baat, and the list goes on. With this, let me welcome my next guest, Nakash Aziz. Hi, Nakash. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hi, Nakash. So, I would really like to know, first of all, thank you so much for accepting this invite. And finally, we are having this conversation. So, during this, I would say a pandemic where everybody are having a like a roller coaster ride, this is an attempt to talk to people from various industry, and I know this is a virtual conversation. So, Nakash, I would like to know firstly, how's your time? How are you making best use of this time? Because this is, I would say, a roller coaster ride for all of us. We are going through the same
Yeah,
phase. And
yeah,
this is an initiative where we are trying to reach out to people through a virtual conversation and trying to have a human interaction and trying to bring some positivity among people. So let's start with you. Could you please tell us how are you making best use of this time?
Hmm. Um, Primarily, I think by not wasting it. Uh, but to be very honest, I think I'm spending a lot of time watching videos on YouTube.
Right.
I'm spending a lot of time producing some very random, strange music, which I don't know if I will ever put it out there. Some of it I'm just putting it out there. There are days when I just make something and I share it with the world, and some music is just in my computer hard drive. And uh, yeah, I'm trying to learn something. I'm trying to learn a few instruments, like get better at it.
Mm-hmm. So
Uh,
you think this is the best time to learn and explore yourself more?
well, I think this is the best time to pray. I think this is the best time to connect with God. I think, yeah, and prayer is one of the best ways to get in touch with God,
Being more
I guess.
spiritual.
I don't know. Yeah, I think, just cut the bullshit, basically.
And also, this has taught most of us a lot of things, right? Just we are trying to be more, I would say, organic.
See, from what I have noticed,
Hmm.
there's always two types of people, and we have to decide what type we want to be. We- That's Look, I don't know much about anything, but I know that this is strange. Nobody expected
Yeah.
this to happen, not even Hollywood. Like they have made a movie about everything.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, but nobody thought that we will be sitting at home like this, and we will find it difficult to sit at home because trust me, before this thing lockdown started, I was so overworked
Mm.
that I was hoping that I can, just cut off from the world and go to Dharamshala and just spend a month there and stuff like that. Go to Goa, book
Take
a
some your
villa,
own
make some
time.
music there. Yeah, and I thought, I think I wished, you know, I really wished a lot, and my wish came true. And how I cannot even imagine. Like I asked for 1 month and God gave me 4. So, and it's still continuing.
Right.
It's really very strange. It's really very strange, and I can imagine everybody's. Yeah, I'm
situations.
confused right now.
Of course, of course. I know everybody are hoping that there is something like hope that comes up and everything gets back to normal, right? So,
Yeah.
right. So, what I would like to know from your end is, you did start your journey and into music at a very early age, right? But
Right.
you also participated in the reality show, and that was a phase. I think there was a kind of like a boom. Like we had Indian Idol, all of the reality shows were coming up, and I think Saregama was there from very long time. But
Yeah.
what I would like to know is what made you go and join these competitions? Did you think that this would actually give you a platform at that early age?
Uh, what made me go to these competitions?
Yeah, yeah.
I think college was a very big reason. When I got into college,
Hmm.
so basically most of my friends got into the colleges that you kind of dream of. Like there is Mithibai College, there's National College, and there's, those kind of colleges which Xavier's College, and somebody got into engineering, somebody got into science, and I basically had a very less percentage. So I had to, without any choice, I had to go to the college that gave me the admission
Right.
because wherever I applied, I never got the admission.
You had to
And
pass that aggregate, so-called aggregate, which they say, right?
yeah, so in Bombay, how it works is there are
Mm-hmm.
lists that come out after you
Mm-hmm.
apply.
Mm-hmm.
So my number came in the last list. So you can
Okay.
imagine, and in the college that I never even wanted to go to.
All right. Mm-hmm.
So it was very depressing
Mm-hmm.
because to see all my friends from school go into all these fancy colleges where there are like a lot of scope for, basically Mithiba NMR, where, artists basically go and study and, they get a lot of exposure.
Go ahead.
So my college, I think in class 11, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing there. But I hope I'm audible, right?
Yeah, yeah, you are. You are.
Okay, okay. So I had absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in but during that time, I was already featuring in a show called Aao Jhume Gaye in Sub TV.
Okay.
So my principal he had seen me on television,
Mm-hmm.
and he spotted me and he asked me, "Are you the same kid who's coming on this show?" I was like, "Yes." He's
Okay.
like, "Why are you not participating in college events?"
Okay.
So I was like, "I don't know how to do that." So he
Mm-hmm.
helped me a lot. My principal Uday
That's it.
Mashilkar sir, he
Mm-hmm.
was very helpful,
Mm-hmm.
and his wife was the head of the chemistry department
Mm-hmm.
and also the cultural department.
Mm-hmm.
And they both really encouraged me to uh, participate in competitions. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
I was this guy who was like, I never really think even now that I'm a very good singer or anything. I'm just, at the mercy of the Almighty. So, so I'm trying to get better at it. But
Mm-hmm.
back then also it was the same frame of mind, but there was nothing to back me. But yeah, when I started participating in competitions, the more I could understand where I stand, and I worked accordingly. Because once you are in a competition, I think it gives you some kind of courage
Right.
to even fail sometimes.
Right.
It's not necessary you have to win, but obviously it's very demoralizing if you lose.
Mm-hmm.
But as I kept participating, because there was just hardly two or three singers in my college
Mm-hmm.
who would be going for participation, and I started winning slowly in
Mm-hmm.
college competitions. So by
Competitions.
the time I reached the third year of college,
Mm-hmm.
my final year,
Mm-hmm.
Indian Idol had already happened. Indian
Mm-hmm.
Idol 1 had already happened.
Happen. Okay.
So I saw what happened with Abhijit Sawant,
Mm-hmm.
and I was hoping the same would happen with me also. So
Mm-hmm.
I just went, and I realized actually because of my teachers that participation is very important.
Important.
The rest is
Right.
gave me some very good friends like Antara Mitra.
Mm-hmm.
I met her during Indian Idol.
Mm.
And she was the one who introduced me to Pritam.
Mm.
And you can see what songs I have sung with
Of
Pritam.
course.
Then I have met Neha Kakkar there. I have met Monali Thakur there. And all these people,
Mm.
Antara introduced all of us to Pritam, and we are all singing those songs. So that also happened because of Indian Idol. So when the worst thing also happened, I think the best thing also happened from there only.
Mm. Right.
You can understand.
Yes, yes, of course. So, by what you're trying to, what you're saying now, I clearly understand that you never wanted to give up, right? You didn't want to give up, and I have been, read a couple of your articles where you have mentioned that your dad, always wanted to get into, singing, like, be one of the very good singers as well, and he, saw that dream in you, and you wanted to make him feel like proud of him. So
Yeah, see now over the years, I've also understood that
hmm,
my dad is a fantastic singer.
hmm,
By the way, like still if he sings,
hmm,
he's 66 or 67 right now, and still if he sings, he sounds like magic. His voice sounds really very strong.
hmm,
He he had responsibilities, obviously, but he continued singing. He continued doing his music,
hmm,
and I think that's very important. And that's
right,
what I learned from him. That
hmm,
I realized what I have,
right.
and yeah.
I think to value what you have, the kind of, and also it's so good to see that your parents are encouraging, have encouraged, and they are into music and gave you so much of strength and power to you have come up till here. That is a wonderful thing. So with that brings to another question. Now, post the kind of success you are having, how what was there any conversation, very memory that you had or your dad shared with you? Which will always remain in your heart? Is there any such incident?
My dad always, I think he's constantly pushing me to be better, um, like right from childhood.
Hmm.
And yeah, I guess, see, goals keep changing. Uh, I I have realized that okay, like in Bollywood, I think whatever a singer could dream of, I think I have basically done it. I've not probably sung for a few stars here and there, but I guess Mota Moti, I feel it's there, like what, but now
And there are
what?
some
Like,
really great
that's
numbers.
yeah, and I totally, everything is God's blessing. Like I don't know what I did differently.
Hmm.
Uh, and my father always keeps pushing me to do better. And like even in this lockdown when it started,
Hmm.
I thought I will just lie on my sofa and watch Netflix. But
Hmm.
within the second day, he was asking me, "What are you doing? Why aren't you making music or why aren't you practicing?"
So, do you
So
guys practice together or sing together at home? Do you have this your own time? Suddenly, ऐसे कोई गाना you feel like singing?
I ask him for suggestions and I ask him for help. I ask him to, if I'm recording something, if I make a song, I make sure I play it to him and my mom. I see how they're reacting. Sometimes they like it. Sometimes they are like, what is this? What are you made?" That's the beauty of parents. They they are the most. They are the only people I think, in my experience, who will always be truthful to you, no matter what, and who always want what is best for you.
Right, and they are the
It's
ones who knows the in and out of a child, right?
in my case, at least, I can guarantee you that.
Hmm.
Like, I just feel blessed that my parents are with me right now. And yeah, that's a big blessing, which I hope people realize
True. That is
who are not with.
that is true. That is true. I mean, something which I am also very personally aligned to. It's very important for anyone to understand what parents means actually, means to them and their worth in life. and should be always be, blessed to have good parents in their life. So when you're saying that you keep making this music, in a creative industry there is nothing like a timing. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि it's a 9 to 5 job. So at any random time you might come up with the very creative idea, and without completing that you may not get a proper sleep. There could be any such situations also. So is there any such song that was created just like that, waking up and then you felt like writing one, or any such memory that you have?
Um, I think I think it is always like that only.
Hmm.
You're just doing something and you get an idea. So now at least we have a voice recorder on the phone.
Right.
So I record most of the stuff on that.
Hmm.
And there's a laptop. There's a there's this keyboard which is always lying on my bed. So
You're
yeah,
just
it's
surrounded
all
with all music equipments.
yeah. You never know what comes to you when, and you might start doing something and something else happens, and sometimes
Hmm.
you start with great intention and then nothing happens.
Happens, yeah.
It's very unpredictable actually. There's no fixed rule to it, I think.
Hmm.
And I've seen if you actually sit down
Hmm.
with total focus,
Hmm.
you will come up with something, even
Hmm.
if later on you're going to delete it.
Hmm.
But um yeah, something will
Hmm.
happen.
Right. So, when you are, let's say, asked to record a song, when you get an offer of a particular movie that you need to sing, what kind of preparation do you make? I'm sure you must be firstly taking good care of your voice, right? Just before the recording and everything. No? So,
Not at all.
there is
Not at
no
all.
process like when you have to record a song, there's nothing like a process.
I make sure that I uh, first of all write the song properly,
Hmm.
whatever the words are,
Hmm.
and I listen to it a few. Like I listen to it depending on like I try to listen to it as carefully as possible and mark it in the piece of paper. Normally, now what happens is if I go to a studio, like
Hmm.
in Rahman sir studio, basically
Hmm.
you will get a printout of the lyrics,
Hmm.
right? Like there will be four photocopies of the lyrics, the printout.
Hmm.
In Pritam Da studio, they will ask you to write the song or they will send it to you on WhatsApp.
Okay.
And this happens in many places. But uh, like, I've been, I've seen Sonu Nigam basically. He always used to write his songs.
Hmm.
He had a diary
Hmm.
and he used to always write his songs. He used to mark every portion. You can change, you can basically understand things better.
Right.
So I kind of like that process of his, and
Hmm.
which is where I picked up that habit from. And I don't know, many people might be thinking it is very old school
Hmm.
to you're say wasting paper or something like that. But it's good.
Right.
When now
I
I
think
have all the lyrics whenever I
written.
come home and I remove the lyrics from my pocket and I keep it on the dining table. My dad will take it and he will put it in a folder,
Right.
and there is so
Hmm.
many. And when I go read them,
Hmm.
like some days back, I found a song which was a Telugu song,
Hmm.
and it went on to become a very big hit.
Hmm.
That song. So when I touched that paper, I felt like I was touching that time, when
Right.
I recorded the song. When I could smell the paper, I could smell that air when I recorded the song.
I think when you write, that imagination just stays there. Where what you have added,
You,
even the, yeah,
you're right,
yeah.
absolutely.
So even the little comma, like कि इस जगह पे क्या करना है, right?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
if there is a
Hmm.
चिंता करके चिंता करके, so kar, when I written kar,
Hmm.
I'll just make a mark there, like
Hmm.
चिंता करके, so I know I have to do that.
That.
क्या पाएगा मरने से पहले, सुनिए गाना. So I know those small
Hmm.
nuances,
Right.
just basic stuff,
Hmm.
and have a nice cup of tea. I cannot start without cup of tea. It becomes very difficult.
So in the recording studio, you do have that one, requirement कि एक चाय जरूरी है.
Yeah, yeah. If I no, I say nobody tells to start without chai.
Hmm.
But if someday they are in a hurry or something and they want to like start recording as soon as possible,
Hmm.
then when I'm on the mic, I'm always thinking about chai.
Right.
So I will be like, I cannot think. I need chai.
Right. Okay. So with that, as you said, I mean, you have sang in many languages, right? Do you see there is a change in music styling from, let's say, from Bollywood or from the South industry? Is there a different in music styling, or it's purely depends on the movie and the kind of movie requires?
It depends from, I don't think it is region based, but I think it is
Hmm.
human person based.
Hmm.
Uh, it's either casual or it's too particular. It's
Hmm.
just that.
Hmm.
It can be anywhere from very casual to very particular.
Particular.
So that depends from person to person.
Hmm. So, when, let's say you have to record a song, generally, what is the time duration that takes when you complete a recording?
So the highest time I have taken is for a Telugu song,
Mm-hmm.
which was for
Mm-hmm.
Anirudh Ravichandar. Uh, we took a lot of breaks during that song,
Mm-hmm.
and we started recording very late in the night. I think we started around, I landed, I went to a studio, I maybe 6 hours, 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That is the highest duration I have taken to record a song.
Record a song.
And the fastest, maybe like 25 minutes, 20,
Mm-hmm.
25 minutes, 30 minutes,
Okay.
maybe.
And that is for which song? The one you have said, the fastest.
Fastest, I think. So with Vishal Shekhar, I have had very fast recordings.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the songs that I've sung for them are like Jabra Fan, Slow Motion.
Yeah.
So we have, I don't know, something very crazy about them is they just say, okay, this is nice, next line, and I am like, was that even good?
It might be your first take
So
also.
yeah, it has happened many times. Like
Mm-hmm.
with them, it has happened a few
Mm-hmm.
times also. Like
Mm-hmm.
and
So when you sing these songs, do you get this like a gut feeling, that this might be a sensation as you sing this song, or during the process, that this might be a really great hit.
yeah, yeah.
You get
Many times
that
I'm
feeling,
right, many times. So I want every song to become a hit, yeah.
obviously.
But like yesterday we had a recording, and
Uh-huh.
um, it was not, to be very honest, like my expectations from a song is always very high, at
Hmm.
production level and at composition level. It has to be enjoyable. Sometimes it is not.
Hmm.
So I have to first listen to the song like many times and see what what is the thing that is attracting me, what can attract me in a song,
Hmm.
and how can I make it more attractive, like by doing some things.
So, with this, you have worked with some great artists, and I would definitely want to ask your experience working with the legend A.R. Rahman sir. So, how that what kind of atmosphere it creates when you work with him? How is it working with him?
Um, it's overwhelming, but it's kind of intimidating also at that same time because of the vast. So basically, we have grown up listening to. I have grown up listening to his music.
Of course.
Like I'm mad. I used to be super mad. Like so you don't want A.R. Rahman to shout at you or get upset with you, right?
Right.
And you don't want to be like bothering him.
Hmm.
And obviously, you do something you want A.R. Rahman to praise your work.
Right.
So that's what we are always trying to do. It. So, but the thing is, uh, it feels special when these people like A.R. Rahman or Preetham or Vishal Shekhar or Amit Trivedi, I love these people. They are like, to me, they are heroes because I know how difficult it is to get a chance to compose for a film
Mm.
because there is a lot of talent out there,
Right.
but not everybody gets that opportunity, and I don't know why. But these guys, whatever opportunity they got, they turned it into gold, and they became so great in their work that it is definitely an inspiration
Of course.
because we all have health, money, family, we all have our personal problems.
Right.
But then having that, what we do with our work is what really makes you set apart from the people who cannot deal with that stuff. I
Of
don't know.
course. I mean, the
I
kind of
feel
music they have given is just it's over the top. You
it's
can't
unimaginable.
unimaginable, of course,
Unimaginable.
of course. Like I mean, I don't know if I could think of any song, but there are so many from Delhi Six to so many Pritam Das song that we listen today. So many peppy numbers. They are like just absolutely like sometimes when I think someone who is very into music, they will be like how this music might have got created, how it got generated. The process itself looks might have been really amazing.
Yeah, and they're damn innovative people, yeah. At the same time, they are, and it's it's a huge responsibility. The the thing is, you know what? People
Mhm.
criticize music like it is happening so easily. It's not. It's not. You have to just see the kind of effort that is being. People don't sleep. Like if somebody is asked to stay in the office from if you come at 9 in the morning and if you're asked to stay till 6 instead of 5, people will start going mad.
Right.
But I
That's
have
what
seen,
I told you. This is not a 9 to 5 job. You just have to be like very active and creative.
but end of the day, it is a job. You have to understand
Right.
that also
Right.
because there's a lot of money riding on it.
Hmm.
There's a lot of expectation of people,
Right.
and people will just come. You work so much on a song or on a film,
Hmm.
like Thugs of Hindustan, for example. I don't know if you remember this name,
Yes. Yes.
but it's a film that took 3 years to make.
Make.
But you know how Amitabh Bachchan and Amir Khan and all those things, Ajay Atul's music,
Right.
there's so much effort being put into it, so many people's efforts, and then people just don't give it a chance at all. I'm not saying how the movie is, but that's how difficult it is. You can
Yes.
even go wrong with an Amitabh Bachchan and Amir Khan in a movie. Can you imagine?
So it's that's what we can't judge based upon story or based upon the kind of audiences liking. Maybe one sector of the audience might like it and another may not. It's
We don't know
completely
anything.
we don't know. Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah,
So yeah, Nakash, I mean, we had a great conversation from your music journey to up till here about your life and the kind of music you create and the kind of I do see that the kind of learning strive you have. I think it should keep growing more and more. You have to
I hope, inshallah. I hope.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And lastly, just before we close, I cannot end this without asking this or talking about this. So I am from Mangalore, and I did see and Google out that you are from somewhere close to Mangalore. You were born in Mudbidri, if I'm not wrong. Please
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. So with that, first question is, do you know Tulu? If yes, then if you could tell something in Tulu.
Uh, so I get confused between Tulu and Kannada. So
Okay.
I can say ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತುಳು ಬರ್ತದೆ.
So you're saying that in Kannada, ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತುಳು ಬರ್ತದೆ, which is great. Okay. So do you speak
Okay, ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರ್ತದೆ?
ಆ,
ಎಷ್ಟು
ನಿನ್ನ
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ಹೆಸರೇ ಎಂತದ?
ಏನ್
ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರೇ ಎಂತ?
ಏನು?
ಆ, ಏನು? ಆ, ಎಷ್ಟು?
How much?
To ask rickshaw
ಎಷ್ಟು? So
ಎಷ್ಟು?
so that's what I think.
ಎಂಕ್ಲೆಪ ನೋಡ್ಚಿ.
Oh, you're getting close. I mean, if you are very close to people who speak Kannada and Tudu, I'm sure you will quickly get the language as well.
ಎಂಚಿನ ಮರೆಯ.
Enchina Maria. Enchina Maria, Enchollaru, all these popular words of Tulu, right? So,
ಸೌಖ್ಯ. नहीं.
hmm, so kya?
ವನ ಸಾಪುಂಡ.
Vanasanda.
ವನಸಾಂಡ.
Yeah. Right, right. So nice, so sweet of you, Nakash. So do you have a chance, opportunity that you keep coming to Moodbidri or visit your home? Do you have a home here? How is it? Is there any time you come down?
See, past few years I have not been able to stay in Mangalore for more than maybe 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do have a house in Mudbidri,
Mm-hmm.
but unfortunately, I have not been able to stay there even for 24 hours in the past
Oh,
from the time it has been made.
okay.
And today only my mom was showing me pictures of it's looking beautiful. There's a garden, small.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very small house, very cute house. There's a
Mm-hmm.
garden, and because it's raining, it's nice and green
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
And Mudbidri is a beautiful place.
yeah, yeah. A lot of greenery. It's a nice place. Right. So that was a really nice conversation, Akash. I'm just hoping that you keep getting great opportunity. Make all of us dance. That's what we do, listening to all your music because they are just amazing. Koi bhi shadi ho, kuch bhi ho. The kind of songs that we have got from your end are just amazing. So keep doing that and stay safe, stay healthy, and lots of love to your parents as well. And yeah, is there anything that you would like to tell just before closing this?
Uh, there's my friend Rohan,
Hmm.
who's basically now uh, training us every week, alternate day, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He's doing my training. Me, my brother, they're basically doing high intensity workout.
Hmm.
So he's my college friend, and
Hmm.
he's from Padubidri.
Hmm. Yeah, close
So he
to
and I
yeah.
used to have this song. There was a hotel in front of our college,
Okay.
um, which where we used to eat in the afternoon. We used to have lunch in that hotel.
Hmm.
So we used to have this song that he made. ಒಂಚೂರ್ ಒಂಚೂರ್ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಆಪುಂಡು ರಾಜದ ಮನಸ್ಸು ತಿಂದ್ರೇನು ನಮಕ್ ಎರಡು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ.
That's so cool. So it's good to see that you do still have friends who talk in Tulu and interact, have this kind of conversation.
Oh, I
That
have
is
some
so,
mad friends.
that's so good, so good. So good to
Yeah.
hear. Yeah, yeah. Great, great, Nakash. I think, yeah, is there anything else that you would say to your audience and the kind of love you are receiving from people?
Well, I would just like to tell the audience that this is a very good time to pray to
Hmm.
God. And I don't know if you're going to get this time because we're going to be, once this is all over, I don't know if it is going to be over, but I hope it definitely gets over. And we have to pray for this to get over. And because we don't realize what is happening outside.
Yeah.
Many people are outside without their choice, and these are very tough times, and only God can save us.
True. True. Thank you. Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
kind words, kind Kash. Thank you. Thank you so much. And yeah, absolutely great pleasure having you here. And stay safe and stay healthy and take care. And yeah, bye bye.
Cheers. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.